Hi guys, I'm with Mac here today to speak about CA vs ACCA. In this video, I'll be explaining you the differences between CA and ACCA, and I will be explaining which is the best qualification to choose after comparing one by one. So before we move on to this video, I want to remind you one particular thing. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so you will be notified whenever I upload a video. Commerce with Mac YouTube channel is a YouTube channel which is aimed to teach students accounts, economics, business studies, and as well as provide educational contents which will help their career. So let's move on to the content CA vs ACCA. So now what is this CA and what is this ACCA which we are going to speak about? So CA, I'm taking Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, ICASL, you can also say in that way, but the correct term in Sri Lanka we represent it as CA. So the term CA is represented as Chartered Accountant of Sri Lanka. ACCA is a UK qualification, so it is named as Association of Chartered Certified Accountant. So before we move on to the content, you might have this question: after your A levels, after your O levels, what is the best qualification if I need to go on the pathway of a chartered accountant? So there's only two particular pathway in chartered accountant. One is CA and other one is ACCA. That's the reason I took this. There are other qualification, professional qualification like CIMA, CPA, CMA, CISI. You can see a lot of qualifications, but then these two is one of the best qualifications to compare because both are almost like similar. So students get confused which is the correct qualification to choose. So I'm going to start with the first part, examination structure. Before we move on to qualification, you need to know how many papers you need to complete to get qualified in a particular syllabus. So in this CA, you can see here, there are four levels in CA, starting with business level 1, business level 2, corporate level, and strategic level. So there's almost like 16 papers completely to complete CA, and they have also given like 7 papers additionally under professional skills, which is a computer based exams. So once you complete a particular level, you need to do this particular exam as well, the professional skills. And then you might also have a question: what is this professional experience? This is the amount of experience you need to have to move on to the different levels of CA. So professional experience is very important. You might have a question: how many years of experience you need to do? You need to have to move on to strategic level. At least you need to have 1 year of 220 days of working in an audit firm. It can be a private organization or a public organization, it doesn't matter, but then you should work as an accountant, and then it should be provided from your employer that you have worked properly a full-time job, so you will be able to move on to the next part of your CA career. So then the next part which we are going to speak about the examination structure of ACCA. ACCA comprises of three levels, starting with applied knowledge, applied skills, strategic, professional. So applied knowledge has 3 subjects which you need to complete. Once you complete the first level, you are known as you will get a diploma certificate from ACCA, which is almost equivalent to an advanced level or maybe a Cambridge advanced level certificate, but it's better than that. You can also take this ACCA's first stage and exempt in many other qualification as well. Then the second level, you can see there are 6 papers you need to complete. This module we said as skills module. So after knowledge module, you need to sit for skills module. After completing this, you will be getting ACCA, ACCA diploma, advanced diploma. We don't say diploma, we say as advanced diploma. So when you get advanced diploma, it's almost like equivalent to a bachelor's degree. Now you might have a question: how come applied skills is equivalent to a bachelor's degree? Because you can see here they have given the term optional BSc. This is almost the contents on these papers are very deep, so they are comparing it to the level of a bachelor's degree. So then the final stage is what we say strategic professional. 2 is mandatory to complete and 2 is additional to pick up. So altogether you will have 3 plus 6, which is 9, and then 2 and plus 2 is around 13. Earlier syllabus people have done 14 papers, but the entire thing module has changed now. Now it is 13 papers you need to do, 2 essentials and 2 you need to select. Out of this 4, advanced financial management, advanced performance management, advanced taxation, and advanced audit and assurance, you need to select 2 papers. So then we move on to the next part. Once you complete, you will be known as a ACCA qualified person, or you can say ACCA passed finalist. Once you finish CA, the entire part, you will be known as CA passed finalist. So we move on to the next part, the main important thing, which my students and also my audience always request: what is the registration fee to start CA? You can see here the 2022 cost I have put here. The registration fee to start a CA qualification is just 2,000 rupees. It's very cheap to start a very good professional qualification. And then annual subscription, every year you need to renew by paying 2,200. The entire fee might be costing you 4,200. It's very cheap compared to ACCA. But you see, ACCA is paid in pounds. In today's rate, it is 451 rupees, which is going compared to a pound. So if you take 45 pounds, 45 into 451 is almost giving like 17 to 18,000 barely. So this amount is the amount you will be paying it as initial registration, and re-registration is 89 pounds. Like you, when your name has been removed from ACCA, when you don't pay subscription, you need to pay 89 pounds, and then yearly you should pay 116 to keep your name on the platform. So it's a bit costly when you compare with the registration fee of CA and ACCA, but you need to choose. We are not going to decide only with the fees. We have a lot more to decide. We'll see one by one. So exam fees per CA, you can see here different levels we have. Business level 1 and 2, the papers per cost is just 2,400. Corporate level, they are charging 4,000. Strategic level 5,500. Then these case studies and business communication papers, they have additional charges 7,000, 2,500, 2,750. So when I see this case study, I forgot to say one thing. This is the final case study, integrated case study you need to do to complete CA, and that is the cost which they are representing here as 7,000. So then they are also teaching for students in online for Qatar and Dubai students, and they are charging amount of 20,000 and 25,000. Maldivians 15,500 and 18,000. Now you might have a question: can we go Dubai and study in online? Of course, yes, but you need to show your proper proof evidence that you have been working in a firm, and without experience, you can't go on to the next stage of CA. Then we have this question of ACCA exams. So I have divided into few parts for you to understand. Knowledge exams is, we say it as computer-based exams. So what is this computer-based exams? You are not going to write the papers. You are going to sit in a computer and do the paper. So the first knowledge module is a computer-based exam. So these values can be spoken or requested from the computer-based exam centers. Most probably Sri Lanka in Colombo. You can speak to British Council to know CBA centers. I don't want to promote any other platforms in this site. You can type CBA centers in Sri Lanka and find out the cost. It's around 25,000 to 35,000. It will be a paper, most probably, because the day by day the rates are changing. Then we have applied skills exam fees. When you want to do one particular exam of skills, you need to pay 129 pounds, and then you have 329 pounds. 129 pounds is almost like 55,000, I guess. So as I said, 159 pounds is almost like 129 pounds is almost like 55 to 58,000, around that amount. You can calculate by 451 with the rate what is on the present date, and you can see what is the cost. If you paid a bit late, after 8 August, if you pay, you need to pay thrice the amount which you are paying on the standard payment. And then after you finish the 9 papers, the skills module, you will be having something called ethics and professional skills module. This is something very important. You need to do it before you move on to the final, the third stage. So this is just 71 pounds. Earlier syllabus, it was completely free. Who did ACCA? But now they are charging a small amount for that. It's not a small amount when we compare, but by just fees, don't decide which qualification is better. Then we have strategic professional exam papers are very costly. You can see the rates. Starting with 227 pounds for a standard exam entry, and also you can see a late entry fee is 365 pounds. To take strategic business reporting, I mean the optional papers, not optional papers, there are 2 papers on strategic level essentials. One is strategic business leader, other one is strategic business reporting. That is also the same price, a bit lower price compared to the
strategic business leader, 162 pounds, but the late entry fee is the same, 365 pounds. And then you can, in options, you can select two of them. When you're selecting this, your rates are going 162 pounds, and the late entry goes around 365 pounds. Then you need to know the entry requirements. What are the entry requirements you should have to get into CA? So now in ACCA and CA, the good difference is for CA, you have a lot of entry requirements to follow. And for ACCA, you have very less entry requirements to follow. That's the reason most of the students opt into ACCA than CA. So let's see what are the entry requirements they requested. I'm going to go one by one slowly. If you feel that your entry requirement has met, you can go to the next content. So the first one, 3 simple pass at GCA level in any stream at one sitting. So you should pass in your first exam paper, London, Cambridge, or Indian A level. A degree of university in Sri Lanka, or if any university as approved by the Council of the Institute. GC ordinary level with first degree offered by UGC recognized institution or other accredited institution. Postgraduate degrees offered by UGC recognized institutions or other accredited institutions. GCE ordinary level with postgraduate diploma offered by UGC recognized institutions or other accredited institutions. The qualification equivalent to NVQ level 4, which is equivalent to advanced level certificate GCA level or equivalent. Executive diploma in accounting, business and strategy offered by CA Sri Lanka. Second year examination of the higher national diploma in accountancy, diploma in accountants of the higher national diploma in commerce, diploma in commerce of the Sri Lankan Technical College. First stage of chartered Institute of Management Accounting, first stage of Association of Certified Chartered Accountants. So all these requirements they have given. If you feel that you are falling under one of these requirements, you can join to CA Sri Lanka. If your requirements are not there, if you feel something is wrong on your education, you can comment on the comment section, so I can guide you and assist you on your requirements, what you should have to get into CA. Then you have final examination of the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators, full qualification offered by Chartered Institute of Securities and Investment, CISI, final examination of Institute of Financial Accountants, IFA UK, final examination of Association of International Accountants, AIA, final examination of Association of Accounting Technicians. Now, the good thing of AAT, if you are after O level, you can opt into AAT, finish your AAT and get into ACCA. That's a very short route. Within a year of time, you can finish the AAT. It's not that hard, and then move on to CA. If you are skipping your advanced level, I will always give you short routes. I will never recommend you to go on the long route when you are doing a professional qualification. So here, final examination of Association of Accounting Technicians, final examination of Institute of Bankers in Sri Lanka, IBSN, Attorney at Law of Supreme Court of Sri Lanka, final examination of Association of Certified Management Accountants of Sri Lanka, membership of the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, SLIM, membership of Chartered Institute of Marketing, SIM, full qualification in Certified Tax Advisor, members of Institute of Taxation of Sri Lanka, members of the Institute Internal Auditors, members of the Sri Lankan Government Accountant Service, members of the Sri Lankan Government Audit Service, Certified Information System Auditors, any other qualification approved by the council. If your requirements is here, then you are very happy to join CA. If your requirements is not there, then you should think twice. If you are a O-level pass students, you wanted to do CA, you can't do. You need to complete at least minimum A-level. As I said, CA has an entry requirement. You need to meet one of these entry requirement to get into CA. But ACCA has given few things. You can, you should have at least A to C passes in your exams. They don't say first sitting, either it can be second sitting or third sitting, it doesn't matter, but you should have results like maybe not S. So at least 2 passes, but at least 2 passes should be around B or C. Now, for example, if you get, some students get A, B, C, S, right? If you have B and C for economics and accounting, even if you take business studies S, still you are eligible into this. But then you should also have 3 passes in your mandatory English language, should be better than B. Most probably, if it is A, it's good to get into ACCA. And also, they are speaking about O levels. The other way, now there are students who are coming from Cambridge and Edexcel platform. For y'all, you don't want to do A levels, you can start with your O levels. After you complete your O levels, you can opt into ACCA program, because your GCE, your IGCSE or Cambridge O level or Edexcel IGCSE is equivalent to the A levels of
national students. So we have certain the same thing which they are given. It was up to 2001. Then the national certificate, certain a firm like AAT, CMA, whatever the certificates which is given by UGC, and it is very highly in a good standard point of qualification they will get. So this we should check by typing the qualification on their side. Is it eligible or not? Sri Lanka General Certificate of Education A level is also a minimum thing. If you have, you can join. But then if you are a Cambridge Edexcel or student, you can join with your O levels. You don't want to do your A levels to get into this. This is what I want to remind you. If you are a national student, there's no route. You should finish your A levels and get into this. So recognition is one of the other question students ask near me. If I do CA, where will I get recognition? Will I get a good pay? If you are doing CA, the CA is very good to get jobs in Sri Lanka, and also CA is a very good platform to get jobs in Middle East countries. I will recommend you all to do CA if you all are planning to move ahead to Middle East countries. It's a very good qualification. You get paid a higher salary. The salary scale today it will be like 600 to 800,000. Above than that you can request. Your starting price might be around 600,000 rupees. I'm speaking. The reason, if you are a CA and you have audit experience, you will be paid a very good salary because the knowledge you are getting in CA is completely a honorable knowledge you will be getting through your work tenure. So who we are, they have given you given a complete understanding about who are they. I'm going to read it. If you feel this is getting a bit lengthy, move on to the next step. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka takes great pride in being the change makers of Sri Lanka's accounting arena. For 6 decades we have been vanguard in developing the accounting profession across Sri Lanka, while also playing a vital role to ensure the accounting profession continues to be important catalyst in the success of Sri Lanka. Members of CA Sri Lanka are globally recognized and are identified as a brand of unique and versatile professionals with the ability to steer any business successfully. CA Sri Lanka has produced over 7,000 members who are recognized for their professional integrity, exceptional technical and perceptive skills, as well as financial discipline and out-of-the-box thinking, which helps them add value to their organizations. Portfolio of CA Sri Lanka members comprises of chairman, partners, managing directors, vice presidents, CEOs, and CFOs, among other high-profile designations. What they're saying is very true. You can start CA in a very considerable time period. Maybe it will take 3 years, but trust me, whoever finishing CA will always lead towards a good position in their life. And one more thing I want to say, when you're doing CA, you need to remember that you can start with any language. It can be Tamil medium, Sinhala medium, or English medium. But remember, I'm moving on to the first slide again to remind you. Here on this particular thing, which is the corporate level, you can't take any medium you like. So after business level 1 and 2, you should always go with English. You can't skip into Sinhala or Tamil. That's one of the disadvantages you will go through if you are coming from a different background. If you are from a Sinhala or Tamil medium background, I will always request you to go for CA than ACCA, because the English clarity you can learn somewhat in business level. At least you can start from business level, learning the things properly and moving on to the corporate. But then if you want to start in Sinhala or Tamil, you can't start in ACCA. That's completely English program. So then they are given CA Sri Lanka is the national professional accountancy organization and stakes claim to being the preferred and recognized destination of accountancy education in Sri Lanka, with a mammoth student population of 30,000 who are aspiring professional accountants. Trust me guys, CA is one of the best qualifications in Sri Lanka. If you wanted to be hired by any companies, then it's the best qualification is CA. There's no other qualification when compared to CA, because that gives you that much recognition, and that's always. So recognition of ACCA. Let's see what is the recognition ACCA is giving. We have worldwide reputation for excellence, and our rigorous qualifications are respected across the globe. We work with over 7,300 approved employers and over 80 global accountancy partners to help ensure our brand is recognized by employers. Our recognition include, but is not limited to, brand and employer recognition in markets, formal recognition on qualification frameworks, statutory recognition for audit and other regulated roles and protected titles,
professional accountancy, body recognition, mutual recognition agreements, MRS, direct membership, unilateral exemption routes. So one of the good thing of ACCA, if you are planning to travel for European countries, this is one of the best route you should always have. Most probably if you are planning to travel for UK. So many students request me, like, if I am planning to travel to UK after my A levels or O levels, what is the best qualification after my Cambridge or Excel exam? I'll always prefer ACCA. If you are planning to earn a high income, ACCA is always the best market. Now, as I said, CA pays you around 600,000 monthly. These are the data which I'm giving is not just from my experience I'm speaking. I'm sharing from these sites, from Indeed, Limemoon, Naukri, Gulf. Most of the sites I have referred to give you the details of what is the pay. ACCA pays more than CA when it comes to job market in abroad. So most probably you can start with 800,000 or maybe plus 1 million. There are many friends of mine who earn more than a million every month because they have completed ACCA with the proper audit experience. If you go to work without audit experience only with ACCA, the amount pay will be always less compared to CA. So always you need to have the audit experience to get a higher pay on the market, whatever the qualification you do. So sixth is the time duration, how many years it takes to complete. CA minimum 3 years, ACCA you can finish within 2.5 years. You can show your experience later 3 years and get your ACCA membership. 3 years of work should be represented for CA to claim the membership as well as for ACCA. But then within 2.5 years minimum you can finish it. But CA at least takes 3 years of time. So we move on to the next part, dual qualification. What can we do CA plus another qualification is where student asked me. If you are taking Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, it has a very short direct route. You can see here, they are given. You can start step 1, maybe you can pass your A level, go on to a BSc Applied Accounting special degree. This is given by CA itself. So they are charging, you can see the rate, 840,000 or annually around 210,000. So almost like 4 years you will be studying this degree. So after completing this degree, they are given your time period 3 passes at GC advanced level examination or Edexcel Cambridge examination. Registration is available for students pending LLSR. So you can get into the BSc special degree. It's a very good program. You can learn within 840,000. Then you can opt into the final stage. Final stage means the strategic level directly, and then you do case study, and finally you become a chartered accountant as well as a BSc special applied accounting. When I compare the special degree comparable to the ACCA Oxford degree, this is best degree program compared to Oxford Brookes. But Oxford Brookes recognition is more comparably good, but when it comes to the weight of the degree, this is very good. So we move on to the next part. ACCA also gives dual qualification. Once you are completed with 9 subjects, ACCA partly qualified, we say. Once you are done with your knowledge level and skills module, you can exempt. You can do the ethics and professional module, then do a research analysis project. This research will take around 6 months. You can go on to a mentor. You can go to any institutes which is providing ACCA in Sri Lanka, and then submit your program, Oxford Brookes University's program to the particular university. The cost of this degree it will not cost like the degree which you are spending in CA, like 840,000. The cost of this degree is going to be around 200,000. It's going to be very cheap, but then the degree's worth is more high. Why they are giving for a lower amount this degree? Because the thesis of knowledge you are learning out of ACCA is very deeper, and it's so deeper and it's so concernable. So when you are going deeper and deeper into these areas, they're giving you a degree with just 6 months of assessment, and there are students who fail these researches also. It's not easy to get the research done. You need to thoroughly focus on this area. Some students, they finish the ACCA and they opt into BSc. If you are planning to finish ACCA, don't do BSc. Oxford Brookes also gives MBA programs and MSc programs. So sit into MSc. That will be more valuable than BSc programs. So I hope I have given you everything what you need in this video. I have compared CA versus ACCA. Now you might have a question. Okay, sir has given me everything what we need, but you might have questions which I have not spoken on this video. Comment, maybe study guides, maybe the books cost, maybe who are the best institutes to follow. This type of questions you might have. So we will update the next video based on the questions you are requesting under this video. Comment what you need in this video so I can put on the next video. And also don't forget, the next video will be in the topic SLIM versus SIM. So I'm going to compare Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing as well as Chartered Institute of Marketing on the next video. Subscribe the channel and learn with me more to prosper your educational career. Have a nice day, guys.